Have you ever felt that sudden fear when someone asks you a simple question in English and your mind goes completely blank? You know the words, but they just won't come out of your mouth fast enough. It's frustrating, isn't it? But what if I told you that you don't need to master the entire dictionary to start speaking confidently today? In this video, we are going to break that barrier together. I have carefully chosen sentences that will make you sound natural and fluent in any situation. By the end of this session, you will have the tools to handle daily conversations without hesitation. So stay with me until the very end, because every sentence we cover is a building block for your future success. Let's start with the very first light of day, because how you start your morning often defines your English journey. The first thing we often say is, "I just woke up." This is simple but powerful. It tells people you are starting your day, and maybe you need a minute to think. Next, when you are reaching for that first drink, you might say, "I need a cup of coffee to start my day." We all feel this way sometimes. It's a great way to connect with others because almost everyone understands that morning craving for energy. If you prefer tea, just swap the word. Now let's talk about your plans for the day. A very common phrase is, "What is the weather like today?" This is one of those sentences that acts as a perfect icebreaker. Whether you are at home or at the office, it opens up a conversation about clothes or outdoor activities. If you see clouds outside, you can say, "It looks like it might rain." This shows you are observing the world around you and expressing an opinion. It's not just about grammar, it's about sharing a thought with someone else, which is the heart of communication. When you are in a hurry to leave for work or school, you can say, "I am running a bit late today." This is much more natural than saying, "I am tardy." It shows you are a fluent speaker who knows how to use common idioms effectively. Once you are out of the house, you might meet a neighbor. A great follow-up to hello is, "How is your morning going so far?" This is better than a simple "How are you?" because it asks about their specific experience today. It makes you sound genuinely interested in others. If you want to learn 50 daily English sentences that actually matter in real-life situations, then pay close attention to this next part. When you reach your destination, you might want to check in with a colleague or friend. You could say, "Did you have a good weekend?" This is the king of small talk and helps build strong relationships and improves your English speaking practice significantly. In a work setting, if you are overwhelmed, you can say something honest. You can say, "I have a lot on my plate right now." This doesn't mean you are eating food, it means you are very busy with tasks. It is a very professional and sophisticated way to manage expectations. If someone explains something and you understand it, clearly don't just nod. Say, "That makes perfect sense to me." This confirms your understanding and keeps the flow of the meeting going smoothly and professionally. But what if you didn't hear them? Don't panic. Just say, "Could you please repeat that slowly?" This is a sign of a confident learner, not a weak one. It shows you are active in the conversation and care about getting the details right. When you are happy to see someone you haven't seen in a while, use the phrase, "It's been ages since we last met." It sounds very warm and friendly. It immediately breaks the ice and makes the other person feel special and remembered. Now let's move to lunchtime when you are feeling a bit hungry. You can say, "I think I'll go with the salad." Using this phrase is much more natural than saying, "I want" in a polite setting. It shows a level of politeness and good decision-making skills. If you are undecided, you can always ask the waiter, "What do you recommend?" This is a fantastic way to get people talking. It is a very natural part of your journey as you learn 50 daily English sentences for real-life conversations. After finishing your meal or shopping, you can ask, "Do you accept credit cards?" Even in a digital world, this is vital. This is a sentence you will use often whenever you are traveling or just out in your local city. If you are shopping for clothes, you might ask, "Do you have this in a smaller size?" It shows you are looking for a specific fit and know exactly how to express your needs clearly. If you find something you like, you can say, "Where is the fitting room?" Trying things on before buying is a smart move and a great way to practice your English in public. When you see the price tag and it is a bit high, you could say, "That's a bit out of my budget." It sounds much more polite than saying it is too expensive and shows you have a good command over the language. Now let's head back to the office or your study area for a moment as the afternoon continues. You might need to check your emails, so you say, "I'll get back to you in a few minutes." This phrase gives you time to think and shows you are responsible with your communication and your time. If a colleague asks for a small favor, you can say, "I'd be happy to help with that." Being helpful is a universal language, and these simple words make you a great team player in any environment. Sometimes you might need a short break, so you say, "I'm going to grab a quick snack." Keeping your energy up is important, and sharing your small plans makes you more relatable to the people around you. If you are feeling a bit tired in the afternoon, you might say, "I need a little pick-me-up." This usually means a coffee or a quick walk to regain your focus and finish your work strongly. As the clock ticks toward the evening, you might want to wrap up your tasks and go home. You can say, "Let's call it a day." This is a very common idiom that means you are stopping work. It sounds much more professional and natural than saying, "I am going home now," especially in a group setting. On your way out, you might say to your friends, "Are you up for a walk later?" Being up for something means you are interested or available to do it, which is a very casual way to talk. It's a great way to build your social life while practicing your English speaking skills every day. If someone invites you somewhere, but you are too busy, you can say, "I'll take a rain check on that." This means you would love to go another time, but you cannot make it right now. It is a very polite way to say no without hurting anyone's feelings or sounding rude in conversation. When you finally arrive home and see your family, you can ask, "How was your day?" This is simple, but it means a lot. It shows you care about their experiences, and it opens up a beautiful space for sharing and listening together. If the house is a bit messy, you might say, "I need to tidy up a little bit." Cleaning and organizing is a part of everyone's life, and knowing how to say it in English is very helpful. After a long day of work or study, you can say, "I'm feeling quite exhausted today." Using the word "quite" adds a nice touch of emphasis that makes your English sound more grounded and mature. If you just want to relax, you might say, "I'm going to just kick back and relax." As the stars come out and the night becomes quiet, you might find yourself in the kitchen preparing a meal. You can ask your family, "What's for dinner tonight?" This simple question brings everyone together after a long day and starts a warm conversation. If you want to be extra helpful, you can say, "I'll help you with the dishes." Small gestures like this are great opportunities to practice your speaking skills in a relaxed environment. Before heading to bed, you might realize your phone battery is low. You can say, "I need to charge my phone before I sleep." It's a very common daily task, and saying it in English helps it become a habit. Then you might think about tomorrow and say, "I'll set my alarm for 6 o'clock." Being organized helps you start the next day with a clear and focused mind. As you prepare for sleep, you can say, "I should get some rest now." It's a gentle way to end your day and close any remaining conversations. Your brain needs time to process all the English you have learned and practiced today. If someone tells you a story or some news, you can respond by saying, "That's interesting, tell me more." This keeps the conversation going and shows that you are an active listener who values what others have to say. When you are finally ready to close your eyes, you say, "Good night, see you in the morning." This brings a sense of completion to your day and prepares you for a fresh start tomorrow. Remember that when you learn 50 daily English sentences, you are not just memorizing words. You are actually building a bridge to a better version of yourself and a more confident future. Every single sentence we have practiced is a step forward in your journey toward total fluency. I want you to imagine yourself using these sentences in your real life tomorrow and the day after. Don't try to use all 50 sentences at once, because that might feel a bit overwhelming. Just pick 3 or 4 that fit your life perfectly and say them out loud until they feel as natural as breathing. The secret to fluency isn't just listening to a video once or twice. It is about repetition and making these sounds your own so that you can use them without even thinking. These 50 daily use English sentences are now a part of your vocabulary and your mind. You are doing an amazing job just by being here and putting in the effort to improve yourself every day. Language is a beautiful journey, and every word you speak is a huge victory for you. I am so proud of the progress you have made today, and I know you will continue to grow. Speaking English is a skill that will open so many doors for you in your personal and professional life. So keep practicing, keep speaking, and never be afraid to make small mistakes along the way. If you found these sentences helpful and want to keep building your confidence with me, please support our work. You can do that by giving this video a like and subscribing to the channel to join our learning community. It really helps me create more high-quality content for you and helps our community grow bigger. Thank you so much for spending your valuable time with me here at StoryNest English Academy. We are here to support your dreams and help you speak English more naturally and fluently every day. Keep dreaming big and keep using these sentences until you feel like a pro in every conversation you have. I look forward to seeing you in our next lesson very soon. Have a wonderful and productive day ahead, and remember that your voice deserves to be heard in English. This is StoryNest English Academy, and we are always here to help you shine.